first stream popping for sure, for sure. Awesome, man. Cool. So, oh, we are trying to reject it. Again, it's not something I'm confident in here. However, again, we're looking for a technical analysis to complement order flow. If we do get this close down here, which we have 37 seconds left, that's plenty of time for it to wick back higher or close lower. If we close lower, then yes, then our technicals are finally starting to complement our order flow. If we do not get that, then we do not have a trade. It's all about really waiting for the price analysis, the technicals, to line up with that order flow as well and that fundamental bias too. What's it called? The that masterclass that I announced yesterday, guys. It's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be a bit more advanced than the first one. So in this one, I'm going to be covering things like macro context, risk, psychology. So I did cover risk and psychology in the first one. I did also cover order flow and some supply and demand and market structure. Again, this is going to be a bit more in-depth, a bit more next level, and a bit more bit stronger of a foundation for you guys. So we'll start with first episode will be, I'll cover the basics very briefly. The first episode of the masterclass volume 1, we went over things like sizing, how many points does a micro move, how many points does a mini move, different prop firms to use, basics like that. I'm going to cover that again, but that portion I'm going to cover very briefly because, again, assuming that we're ready for that next level step. So I'll really be focusing more on that institutional, that supply and demand, that higher time frame order flow with supply and demand, volume profile analysis, order flow with bookmap, macro context so you guys could follow along with things like CPI, inflation, unemployment data, interest rate hikes, how interest rate decision has an impact on the market, things like that. It's going to be structured the same way as that first masterclass, where it's going to be an 8-week program. It's going to be, think of it like creating a better trader for yourself this summer. It's going to start July 18th, so not this Saturday. It's going to start the following Saturday. That way I have plenty of time to put together some strong courses and lessons for you guys. Prices, I think tickets right now, $400 a ticket. At some point when it is put together and released, baseline for the full course itself is going to be $750 because it'll be a full 8 sessions, about 9 to 10 hours. So I do want you guys to take advantage of getting in while you still can. But it's going to be fun. I'm very excited to do it. I'm very excited mainly. I'm also very excited too because it's my thing, right? No longer under bullish bears. Doing my own thing now. This is something that we're going to stick around with and use every day. And this is going to help you guys understand a lot more of what I'm seeing in the market. Mike, would you take a short?
Yeah, I actually both my accounts. I hit my profit target, so
Nice. There you go.
they both look like that though. That you know
Beautiful.
me, I got that 3 second chart and the 40 hour, so a little bit different trader.
3 seconds.
I'm looking at my 3 second right now. It's like yeah.
Bro,
Anyway,
that's gotta like give you a headache.
I don't know. I got the Jeremy syndrome, so you
Oh,
know.
did you? Got you, got you. Wow, look at this, man. ES, we were looking at ES longs, called out these ES longs this morning during market in the morning off of these lows. So 75.35 on bookmap on ES. This is what I was seeing. Look how perfect this passive buyer was down here at 75.33. A big seller came in and we reversed on that seller, which again was that signal to take it long at that 34.35, which again is where that entry was. Stop was near the lows. We could have even kept stop loss right here at 30, to be honest, and tightened that up. Went for previous day highs. Since then, we have reversed, made our way back to that entry. So look at this, guys. Made our way all the way back up. We came down. These sellers again got absorbed and we're moving higher again. So at this point, I would like to see if we can make our way to that new high of day on the S&P. But to make that new high of day on S&P, we're going to have to check the VIX and see how VIX is trading too. Yo, what's up, Victoria? Good morning. We were putting together. I'm getting ready for work, so I got you, Doc. Yo, I'll send you the link. The link is also in the announcements tab too. but I will send you the link to it as well. 100%. So VIX, take a look at the VIX. Yo, look at this level on the VIX. Perfect area, 1710. This is a zone, this purple area that we had marked out on the VIX. Historically, what we've seen in the past recently, every time VIX moves into this zone, it reverses lower. If VIX is reversing lower, S&P is reversing higher. Now what we can do is we can look at what time this happened. This happened at 10:20. Guess what? Before even going back to the ES, I can tell you guys what happened at that point. That's when the ES came back to those lows and reversed again. There we go. 10:20. Came back to those lows, reversed again. Dual confirmation on Bookmap and confirmation with the VIX. That's what we want to see. And that's also, again, something I'm going to be covering for you guys is how to use confirmations. Different types of confirmations to use on the S&P, on the NASDAQ, on gold, even on oil a little bit. Doing some research. Some people do use the dollar for not a direct inversion of oil, but they do use it just for general strength. Now, I did a little back testing with it. I'm not seeing that as consistent as I would like. Like with the dollar and gold is much stronger of a divergence. VIX and the S&P 500 much stronger, much more consistent. The dollar and oil, it's a little flaky. And when we find things, we find a system that's a little flaky, our best bet is to try to stay away from it. Because if we're going to go with something that's a little flaky that we already have to second guess, that's going to really dampen our confidence in trading. And when it hits that confidence level and we start second guessing everything we see, that's when confidence flies out the window and you're not going to be able to execute properly anymore. Take a look back at NASDAQ. Look at that, man. Like I said, that price action, it tried to complement it, but that last 5 minute, this one right here at 10:35 was just saying no, no, no. VIX also still near the low, so at this point, I would not be looking to enter any trades because NASDAQ is near some resistance, VIX is near some support. So look, the VIX has moved higher from this area since Wednesday the 8th, so that was just yesterday. Wednesday, we flew from this area, then Thursday, this is at 4 in the morning, which VIX doesn't really move too well overnight. It still held that area. This morning, right now at 10 o'clock, we held that area. That's when the S&P, look at this, 10 o'clock, the S&P reversed with the VIX from that area. So, lining things up. VIX was at a key area, ES was at a previous day high. Line things up, that's how you get confirmation. That's how you get confidence in the trades you take, is by finding those confluences. So let's see, S&P, NASDAQ, we're leaving it alone right now. Fundamental wise, we could take a quick look at market. So fundamentals, in my opinion, are a bit more up in the air at this point. However, I definitely see it as a bit stronger on the downside, even though we are currently pulling back to the upside today. The reason for that is we still have a much more hawkish Fed, and that hasn't changed. So overall, I'd rather be looking for shorts than longs. But I wasn't against the longs this morning because we were using order flow. We were using our technicals. We were finding the low of the range. We were also making, on this short term, on this lower time frame, higher highs. So this was a lower high, right? So this was a lower high compared to this one. But then this is a higher high compared to this one. We made that higher high. We pulled back. When we pulled back, we did not make a lower low. So we made a higher low. When we have that, that's a bull trend. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then we even held this one, higher low. Then we moved higher again. And what happened? We wanted to see, as long as we hold this, and Bookmap had that passive buyer down here, we're taking it long off the reaction, targeting previous day high. That is not a huge trend trade. That is a trade that's following the current internal trend, which is lower time frame, and targeting a price level that's still within our range. This whole area right here, this was a range. When we moved lower, guess what happened? We moved lower and then we started to range again. So when we're trading, our best practice is to look and establish those ranges. When we could find and identify those ranges, that gives us a very strong upper hand to then look for those confluences, to then look for that consistency in the market. Let's delete some of these brush tools out. But cool, man. Cool. Yeah, these market conditions are starting to get a little nicer price action wise. I'm sure you guys have recognized that as well. Oil dropping. I wanted to see oil hold around 72.40, but we would really need to see some other headlines about Iran, about the war, about some possible hit to the oil supply, because what that's going to do is that's going to give us that pullback. That's going to give us a more bearish move. Uh, Still been sitting on my hands. Next week should be moving again. For sure. Yo, Sean, what are you looking for? Are you looking for just gold? There we go. Oil dropping into that zone. Some volatility kicking in. We're waiting for... So now, because look at this, guys. If we're looking at oil here, and we're looking at this area to be demand, look at the selling pressure we had. I went over this with Andrea a session or two ago, where when we come into a demand zone, a lot of times when we come into it with strong selling pressure. So we don't want to be the one that looks at this and goes, oh yeah, I'll just take a random long down here. No, we want to wait for price to then react to our zone. So on oil, I would look for this current 5 minute to possibly, so look, again, think of what could be realistic in the market. A small red body, and we wick lower from here. So picture that, small bot, we start to move lower, we start to dump again, and then pow, we spike higher, and we hold over here, and then we close and we move up. That could be a possible trade setup. Because guess what? If we don't, these sellers that are showing they're in control right now remain in control, and we don't want to be grabbing a long trying to catch a falling knife just because it's out of zone. So everything we do is going to have follow through. We're not just going to mark out a level and trade that level exactly unless there are other confirmations and confluences with it, like the VIX, like a supply and demand, like a pivot high or low, a sell side, buy side liquidity, things of that nature. Gold, Nasdaq, US 30. Got you, bro. Why you trade US 30 and not S&P? I think what's S&P Forex wise? Let's say it's not US 500, is it? So wait for spread on my broker keeps me out of oil and spreads are a bit hectic. Got you, got you. So something else to note here with where we are right now on oil. This is the 1050 candle. This is the 1055 candle. We have our 15-minute candle closing in 3 minutes. We have our hourly candle closing in 3 minutes. So again, this is where it comes to timing in the market and timing the market. Can we time the market right that our hourly we reject lower, then we close back higher, and we take it, and we get a nice hourly trend here? Because remember, the bigger moves are happening here on the hourly. Almost a $3 move here on the hourly. Whereas that took a lot of 1 minute candles to do that. Let's see, where was that? Hourly. That was at 4 a.m. on Wednesday. 4 a.m. on Wednesday. 4 a.m. on Wednesday. Right over here. So yeah, you're going to see it on the 1 minute. Obviously, you're going to see it on every time frame because the move occurred, but it doesn't happen just in 1 minute. The 1 minute's not going to give us the push, pull back, and everything. So we want to try to time it with those higher time frames. It gives us a bit of an advantage there. So here we go. Oil trying to move lower. Now something else to mention. Lower oil prices is going to lead to higher S&P and Nasdaq prices. Why? Because lower oil, lower energy, lower cost basis for these bigger companies, for big tech, for Apple, for Microsoft, for Amazon, for shipping companies. So when they have lower costs, they're able to keep their price as is, or even possibly, not like companies do this, lower their prices. But it's better than the other side of that coin, where if oil moves higher, those companies have to pay more, and then guess what? They pass that price on to us, the consumer. There we go, there we go. Look at this, man. It wants this passive order in here. So using Bookmap, what I like to see and what I've seen through my experience is whenever we get a cluster. So you see how these are like individual levels of passive buyer. This is a bit of a bigger cluster as well. But then this one up here, this spreads from around 75.64 to 75.67. So that's about a 3 to 4 point cluster of passive sellers, but they haven't been here the whole day. They have just showed up in the market at 10:32. So by 10:32, when price started to reverse higher, I see this as institutions positioning to exit positions at this level, to look for this level to be established in the market. When that happens, boom, we're going to push through it. We're going to get a big volume bubble, and we're probably going to get a little bit of a spike here. We don't really have any other passive levels to the upside. We do have right here 75.85, which has been here all day. We have 75.74 as well. We could take a look at Quant for a moment. Yo, you guys gotta see, Quant Data's got a sick update, man. It's not out yet, but they're going to be integrating futures. It's going to be so cool. I saw some screenshots because I got that inside scoop. Yo, it's going to be sick. They're trying to implement their own heat map and stuff as well. Very cool. Here we go, guys. Positive net gamma. We know that when we have that positive gamma exposure, we usually have more range-bound markets. It's exactly what we're getting today. Very cool there. We have strong exposure sitting at 75.50 on the SPX. So again, this is all options based off of the SPX, this is the S&P 500 cash index. We want to be able to see, do we head towards this large exposure? Same with over here, 75.50, large, this is charm exposure. Charm is, what is charm again? Checks. But gamma exposure, Vex, Vega exposure also has large exposure at that 75.50. What is this down down here? Delta exposure. Delta exposure is pretty light today, but pretty cool there. Here we go, trying to pressure our way higher on the S&P. NASDAQ. Ooh, look at this. Again, very happy we're not just taking random stabs on NASDAQ short. Our order flow was giving us this green area, but our technicals were not complementing the order flow, just like I mentioned before. So what happens? We failed. We did not follow through to the downside. We had one last move. And remember, the traders who are possibly just looking at a low volume shelf and taking it blindly, they might have taken a short position on this first reaction here and then got stopped out. Then once they got stopped out on this green candle, they saw the next one start to move. They said, oh, I knew it, it's moving without me, I gotta try it again. They take it on this candle all the way down here now, just for, again, markets to stop them out. We want to take advantage of those traders trading in the middle of the range over here. We want to take advantage of understanding when we're range bound and price actions not complementing order flow, and leave it alone. Very cool, man. Good breakdowns, good analysis. Good stuff. 29,900. Look at this. 29,900 on the NASDAQ. Major passive seller. Been sitting there since 1018 as well. 29,900. That is right up over here in that supply area. I believe we're going to test that level again. And guess what, guys? We could move higher. Look like we're going to break out. And as soon as it looks like we're going to break out, people are going to be chasing longs just for it to stay within the range that we know about. And we could trade right back to that VWAP again. So pretty cool there. I've been seeing different strategies, guys. People using VWAP, the, what is it? The band multiplier, like multiplier 3 as a major overbought and oversold level. And you guys could do the same, right? If you've been trying to figure out a strategy, trying to figure out a system, let's say you don't have Bookmap yourself, anything volume related is going to be very helpful. There we go. So like multiplier 2, multiplier 3, what that does is it gives you extensions of the VWAP. So it basically gives you where those overbought, oversold levels are on the VWAP scale. And we do see that they do tend to work out pretty okay. You know, you can't just randomly take a short just because we're in it, right? Price needs to complement order flow. This was just very bullish price action, so we continue to grind higher. So everything comes down to putting the pieces together, not just, okay, band multiplier, once we hit the third Once we hit the third one, I'm going long if we're hitting it to the downside. Once we hit the third one, I'm going short if we hit it to the upside. You gotta have some type of rule in place for it. Let's see. Like multiplier 1, I can guarantee we probably run through that thing left and right. Yeah, look, band multiplier 1, we run through it, we chop around it, come back to VWAP, we chop around it. You also don't want to be the one that's fishing for a strategy. And what I mean by fishing for a strategy, I mean you're going into VWAP, you're setting your multiplier 1, 2, and 3, and then you're taking it on every level, on every band. Like you want to be able to do a little back testing on it first to see which band looks the most appreciated, which means the most respected. And you also want to use your own analysis, right? If you're doing your band multiplier here, here's a great example. This was most likely right down here, a low volume shelf over here. So let's see. Instead of anchored volume profile, we'll do our fixed range. And we'll go from 6 p.m. to right over here. Look, low volume shelf, low volume area. This is out of our value area high, value area low. So this was an oversold area on our volume profile and our VWAP level. And then it had a double bottom going there. So you could have waited for that double bottom, us showing that we're respecting that recent low and taking it back on this breakout back to the upside. Quick little targets of VWAP, right? Or targets of your next area of interest. But you want to be overlapping your confirmations. You want to be overlapping your confluences. That doesn't mean you have to add a billion things to your chart and you need 18 confirmations per trade. No, a solid 2 confirmations, just like we saw with ES today. ES and the VIX. Beautiful complement to each other at previous day high. Beautiful complement to each other when we hit that bookmap level on S&P. So there's a lot to keep an eye on, but you want to give yourself consistent structure. You want to be looking for the same thing day in and day out. There we go. Look
So
at
correct me.
what's that?
I was gonna say, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like Nasdaq's going for a double or break.
Probably. Let's see. It already had the double break. So the 15, depending on which orb you're looking at. If you're looking at a 30-minute time frame, then it did not have that double break yet. A lot of people use the 15-minute orb. So the 15-minute orb would be this high right here, and then it would
Yeah,
be,
yeah, I see it.
yep, you
Yeah,
got it.
yeah, I am. I'm on the 15. Sorry.
All good, all good. Yo, listen, bro, good
Okay, so
question.
we're going for a triple or break.
We so there is no such thing as a triple break. It's either a double break or a single break. We could break it a billion times and it's still just going to be a double break because it's basically saying a double break basically tells you it broke both sides. But here, this I'm glad you mentioned orb. Orb is another strategy that if it's something that you add to your system, you can use the orb. Look at orb high, orb low. Okay, we broke orb high over here and we're starting to reject. Once we close back within the orb, if we have selling pressure and we reject that supply zone, I'm taking it short, targeting the double break of the orb. And that also lines up with our VWAP down here. So again, multiple confirmations with 2 separate strategies. So again, the more confluence you have, the more high probability that trade setup is going to become for you. Very cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. And even over here, here we go. Orb. We had a breakdown of the orb, but we closed back within the range. That itself is another form of a strategy where you say, okay, once we close back within the range, I enter, stops near the low, and I target, again, that double breakout or new high of day, wherever your target is. But that would be your entry criteria. Then you would want to figure out your price target criteria, your stop loss criteria. But you had your entry based off of the dual confirmation. Broke the orb to the downside, but we closed back within the range. And we're holding above VWAP. Dual confirmation on that right there. And most likely this was at 1020. We know what happened at 1020. VIX reversed too. 3 confirmation trade right there. Beautiful. Very nice. Yeah, these types of markets we're seeing, if you're in good profit, you're not holding for a big home run, you're holding for those clean base hits. Guys, got to give a quick little heads up. There, unfortunately, are already fake Kevin accounts, apparently. I think one of you guys got a notification. I think it was Ozzy. Got this fake Kevin. Fake Discord Kevin. Look, it looks legit. There's my profile picture. My name is Kevin. Shocker, it was able to copy something so complex. And then trading with Kev. But there's something wrong with this. Trading is right. WTH, what the hell? No I. And Kev, and it ends in a 0. This is my only account. Trading with Kevin. And I think it also shows originally known as Kevin Dubs 6511. This is my only account, man.
That's crazy. It wasn't. Was I was on day one, wasn't it?
That was the 7th. That was a couple days ago. Not on day one, but yeah, no, very shockingly very close. It literally made me go through like the people that are in here to be like, okay, who's here that could possibly not be a good fella. So I got to figure out some. They got me to, yeah. Oh my god, bro, that's crazy. I want to figure out some type of security measure. What I'm going to do, guys. So I'll just give you guys a quick little sneak peek here of the Discord. So originally when I was making it, I wasn't sure if I was going to go for a paid for Discord or make it free. Obviously, I ended up making it free, but I do have other rooms. So like this area that we're in is the trading zone, daily analysis, trading room, market news, resources and links, stream replays, YouTube videos. By the way, resources and links, this is where you're going to find our prop firm, different codes to use and stuff. So definitely go support the channel. But Pioneer this is locked. You guys can't see that right now without a role. But I'm probably going to end up giving people who confirm who they are roles. So I know, okay, these are the legit people, these are the people who are a bit more sketchy. But I mean, Discord needs to up their security just a little bit. They just have to do, I don't know, anything to help their security situation.
I don't see that happening. I
No.
checked out PT Investor. I'm sure you heard of her. She's using some kind of third party that interacts with
Who is it? What is
uh,
it?
the Peachy Investor.
Oh, Peachy.
Peachy, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep. Yeah, I remember when she first started, man, her whole thing was obviously being a female trader and always having her baby on her lap.
Well, she was, yeah, but she was actually before that, before she even had the kid. But
Oh,
now
was
she's
she?
got like, yeah, yeah. So, but now she's got like a full female staff and all that. So I don't know, whatever. Um, but she's using a third party that actually hosts the Discord session. So that's added security right there.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
don't
Do you know what
yeah, I don't know.
third
It
party?
probably costs though. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
It's
that's
probably
fair.
some sort of monthly fee. But yeah, I'll try and figure it out. Let you know.
Discord. What is it, like Discord protection, I guess? Could say.
I didn't jump back in. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, yeah. Against raids, hacks, and nuking. Features advanced anti-bot, anti-spam. One of the biggest issues too though is that like they could join with a regular account. Not saying it is any of you guys. I know it's not. But like not for nothing, it could be I remember Bullish Bears wise, there was always somebody that was always in the voice channel. It could be anybody like again, not saying it's you. We'll use Mike as an example. He knows it's not him. You guys, you could have a separate Discord account. Like I could too. I could, but I'll show you that I don't. Switch account. This is my only account. But you could add an account and create a brand new account there, and then you could just leave that account out of the community so nobody sees it, but then give the information from one account to another. And I guess that's how they get around most of those bots too. That's why again it always falls back to listen, this is Discord. This is Discord. This is Discord has to do something about it. We can find all these different bots and different add-ons that we can, and it'll make it a little harder for those fake accounts. But yeah, no, in terms of putting an end to them, it would have to be Discord doing something where, like, if you make a name that's similar to another, you get flagged or it doesn't allow it, something. Like, come on now. And apparently Discord sets to IPO sometime this year too. Imagine them IPOing? Bro, I'm shorting the hell out of that. Discord IPO. Not yet announced an official IPO date or price. Be like -$5. While the communications platform confidentially filed IPO paperwork in the US and enlisted banks like Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan, macroeconomic volatility and regulatory backlogs caused the highly anticipated offering to be delayed. Estimated between 8.5 billion and 15 billion. All right. Yeah, I feel like that's around where it should be, if not maybe a little less too. It's Discord's huge though. Discord is a huge platform. Gamers use it, traders use it. Anybody with a community for the most part uses it. Make it paid for $1 a month to get the Discord screening. Oh, okay. Make it paid. Wait, make the Discord community paid for $1 a month for the Discord screening? Like Discord has its own screening? Or the bot protection charge each per yeah, we could try, I'll look into it too. Like, there are a ton of bots in Discord. Like, when you join, you gotta check shit off and stuff, so we'll do that as well. Make it a bit more interactive so that if you do want to join and be in the community, you gotta click which role you want, things like that. That NASDAQ trade would have played out very well for that double break, double break, triple double break. ES continuing higher. We saw that coming on ES because we had that cluster on Bookmap. Beautiful. Look at that, big buyer stepped in. We pulled back. The seller stepped in and got reversed on that seller. So I would look for price to continue. If you are looking for an aggressive trade, you'd have to make sure VIX is trending in your favor too. VIX is pushing lower. New low of day on VIX confirms trend on ES. Look for a possible long position here with your stop loss below this low around 63. Just want to be a little patient with that. This is not a trade that I would take myself, just a trade idea for you guys. Guys, if you have any ideas or recommendations or anything you want to see me cover in that new Futures Masterclass 2.0, definitely let me know. I already put together some great structure for it. Like I told you guys, it's going to be going over the larger time frame supply and demand, cover some order flow. What I'll do is I'll get that trading view plan back where I have the premium. And we can look at, I'll show you guys examples of footprint, and I'll also show you guys examples on Bookmap as well. Macro context, so you guys understand more macro-wise. How does CPI impact the S&P 500? How does unemployment? How does non-farm payrolls? All these different reports. Risk management, psychology. Really just trying to give you another strong foundational core to your own system. Help you build that system. Let's see. I'll probably, we'll see. Nice pullback here, look at this low volume area, but just remember the context of today. Very range bound. When markets are range bound, very rarely do those low volume shelves and areas like to hold. Now, what we can look at is our flow analysis, and that will give us bulls versus bears, calls versus puts. And right now, it looks like the sellers are above the zero line for puts, so puts are above zero, calls are below zero. So that's a bit more bearish. Volume, though, is showing a bit more bullish since that 1106. Volume's been very light, very scattered. Let's see your net premium heat map here. Where is the purple one? Doesn't have our max value. A lot of times it'll have the biggest spike. Let's see. Looks like it's right here, like we see that right here. Nope, that's million. Nope, 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 nope. Struggling here. Want to see these sellers get absorbed, price move higher. If we can't get that possible trade set up, but at this point we had a few very clean setups already. We had that first move off the open. We had the double break on NASDAQ. We even had that double break on ES too. This is our orb high right here. Our orb low right there. Same thing, we wicked that orb low, just like we did on NASDAQ. We closed higher. We didn't close above VWAP like NASDAQ did, but it still gave us that break back into the orb and then that move higher afterwards too. So if you did end up taking this trade, you would have took it on that close, stop loss near that orb low, and looked for either, like we say, the double break, which unfortunately would only be like a 1-to-1 risk to reward. Yeah, 1.3, or you would be looking for that new high of day, which is a bit more of a justified take profit, but still barely a 2-to-1. But overall, definitely cleaner price action. I'm loving what we're seeing. Hopefully, we get some follow through tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday already. Pretty cool.
It has something to do with this whoop.com.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's embedded. It's an embedded link inside of her main webpage.
Yeah.
It's,
That's interesting. I do have a
and it
lot.
doesn't. Sorry, it doesn't even give you like access to the. At least I haven't figured it out yet. To the actual app, right? So it brings it up Discord inside of the browser instead of the actual app.
Oh, I got you. That's interesting. Yeah, I think WAP is like that opening gate to Discord. Like people sell their Discord communities on WAP. Um, it's interesting. People sell a lot of shit on WAP, digital products. I've seen it before. They're okay. They're pretty interesting. I could look into that and see what that is. That also though is more for like paid communities. So I'll see what I can do about some type of security process for our community to try to keep it free for you guys. Make it like if you join, you have to click 3 buttons or something like that. I have to pat you down and do a metal detector. Cavity checks on your way in.
Everybody got a breath mint?
No, no, not that type of cavity check, sir.
Uh, it's the Jim Carrey.
Is the That's great.
Pet Detective. I don't know. That's an old movie though. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Nah.
You should definitely watch it then.
Which movie?
Jim Carrey's Pet Detective.
Pet Detective. Oh, it's going on my watch list. Ah, my watch
You're
list. Get
dead.
it?
Yeah, that's hilarious. If you don't cry laughing at that, just let me know.
That's great. Look at these buyers, man, taking it home. S&P wants that 75.81. 75.85 next passive seller above that. 75.75 we have some sellers. It's about 3 points away. Great movie, one of the best. Oh man, getting two heavy recommendations from Mr. Mike and Brandon about this movie. I'm gonna have to watch it, but I doubt if it's an old movie. It's on Netflix. You guys telling me I gotta be a pirate for this movie? What is it? What's the movie one more time? I'm gonna write it down. Pet Detective?
Pet Detective, yeah.
Pet Detective. Bro, quite honestly, I could have watched it maybe years ago and forgot about it. It's on Stan? What's Stan? Yep, 1994 movie before you were born. Hey, bro, listen, we don't have to throw shade on me.
Yeah, well, my age is coming out. Thanks for throwing the year out there.
Yeah. Showing my age. Bro, it's crazy how time flies, man. It really is. Stan, oh, good stuff, bro. Look at this guy. Is it is it Miri? Am I pronouncing that right? What's Stan? Is it like one of those pirate websites or is it just like an actual free website? Oh, it looks like an actual free website. That's cool. Pluto TV for oh yeah, I've heard of Pluto. I never heard of Stan. That's cool. When the Dolphins mascot when the Dolphin mascot of Miami NFL team is abducted. That sounds familiar. We'll watch it though. Oh, Courtney Cox. All right, cool. Cool, cool. Jim Carrey.
Oh, quarterback. I'm watching.
Yeah, right. It's like, oh, okay. Nice, nice. Nah, bro, I'm a stock bro, dude. All I watch is Wolf of Wall Street every day.
Gotta mix it up.
There are two movies. Oh, the Finkel and Einhorn, that one too.
There's a second. Well, no, it's a different, but it's a yeah. There's two pet detective movies. So
Oh, that's cool.
I think that first one though was a little better than that second one.
Gotcha. I'll pretend I have time to watch them both. S&P holding. Look at that. That pullback was a nice little entry area. Oh, if that 65 was 63 a stop loss. Again, I did not take it myself, but it was a nice little aggressive trade to take that towards those targets to the upside. Nice gamma exposure over there. Bookmap order flow showing that old resistance becoming support. Love Bookmap, man. One of my favorite tools to use. Really, it's funny though. It's really primary use of Bookmap is obviously the bubbles for the volume. So big sell bubbles, big buy bubbles, and then the heat map in the background. At this point, this day and age of technology of AI, there's a lot of new platforms that are also now showing the same thing. There's deep charts. Even Quant Data's working on some type of heat map as well for their futures too. So it's like, if Quant Data comes out and makes their version of the heat map and it's also live, it has the volume bubbles for aggressive orders or some type of alert for that. Not that there would be no reason for Bookmap, but the need for it would be a lot less because Quant Data also has all those gamma levels and everything. So I'm definitely keeping a very close eye on when Quant releases their futures and their order flow and what they introduce when they release it.
I want to say J Money created one in TradingView.
Yeah,
If
like
we
an
ever get him
indicator
in here, yeah, it's a. I mean, it's actually probably a little bit cleaner, but it goes right into the chart.
for what gamma or the heat map.
I thought it was the heat map, but I don't. I mean, I have to get him in here so because he showed it to us one time and it looked pretty. I mean, it looked interesting. It looked like it might match up with what you got over there on the right hand side on book map, but not sure.
That's cool.
I think he was using book map though to create it. So I don't know.
Gotcha. That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, like look at this. This is great indicator right here. Garbage. Yeah, I mean it's. I wonder how many indicators TradingView has in total by now. They've probably got tens of thousands. Time is it? 11:30, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know if you guys got any questions. You want me to cover anything? This was a nice little session we had today. I do hope you guys join me for the market in the morning streams. That's where we get a bit better price action because we have that 9:30 to 10:30 window. But like I said, eventually we will be live earlier here on this stream as well. So things will get cooking. Get more of you guys in here. It'll be fun. It'll be cool. We'll get the party started. NASDAQ, one last peek. Look at that. NASDAQ making its way to that 29,900 we were looking for. Beautiful. Great levels and great targets, ladies and gentlemen. Great analysis and great overview of what markets are doing today.
Bedtime.
Bedtime. What do you work the overnight, right?
Yeah.
That's tough. What do you do if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, just Walmart right now. It's kind of transitioning from like SQL DBA, network admin, network engineering type stuff
Okay.
to uh, more of a self-employment. Actually, that great exercise to drop 30 pounds and I don't know, just mentally feel a
Ooh.
whole lot better.
Bro, let's go. Let's
But it is a little bit of I don't know. It could be I don't know. It's Walmart.
Listen, man, if it's helping pay the bills, helping you stay intact so that you can keep trading, so you keep evolving as a person, that's all right. Doesn't matter where you are. I feel like there was too much stigma created around working at places like even like McDonald's. Like, yo, a job is a job. People need to work. People need to make money. So, nah, good for you, bro. 100%. 100%. Even with when it comes to trading, you cannot get into trading if you're in a position where you need money now. Because if you're getting into trading with that psychology, you're going to blow up and it's not going to be good. You got to be secure in your finances before you can take trading on head on and really do well with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I can attest to that. I was out of work for about 2 years, so
Oh,
while I was learning the trading, and yeah, it wasn't psychologically, it wasn't good at all.
yeah. No, it's 100%. 100%, man. Hey, could you guys see the trading education channel down here in the Discord? I think so.
Yeah, setups and strategies, chart psychology, wins and losses.
Yep. Yep. Okay, cool. If you guys want, if you ever have any wins you want to post them in the wins and losses. Helps as sort of a testimonial page, something we could screenshot and help share to promote the community. Setups and strategies. At some point, we'll get some more screenshots and things in there. Chart analysis. This is if you guys ever have a chart recommendation, you want to see a breakdown of SpaceX, you want to see a breakdown of Amazon, S&P, NASDAQ, the Dow, gold, whatever, and it's like not while we're live, shoot me a message and I'll drop it in the chart analysis tab. Could you guys, when you click one of these tabs, are you able to type in there?
Not yet.
When do you need the testimonials by it? Bro, whenever, man. Whenever fits you guys. Let's see. So, where's that? So, Doc, it's going to be in this Discord on the bottom. Trading education. I should probably move that higher. I'm going to move that higher for you guys. Move that even higher than that. I want it above trading zone. Trading education. There we go. Perfect. At the bottom, no permission. No permission to post. Yeah, okay, good, good. I sort of wanted we can make threads, but there's no chat room. That's so Discord is so weird, man. If if the ability to chat is turned off, you shouldn't be able to create threads. It makes you literally check off every single ability. Or else if you miss one, then you can do stuff like that. But trading education, I just moved it. It's going to be above trading zone. Post wins and losses, post some testimonials, post some wins, even post some losses, right? Whatever you want. Psychology and oh, you guys said you cannot post in this channel though, right? Let me make sure. Permissions, everyone, send message. There we go. Add reaction. Okay. Okay, now check that out. Wins and losses, you guys should be able to message in now. Psychology and mindset. If you guys want, I'll just like post like sentences and blurbs here and there, just different things to keep in mind. Chart analysis, we went over that, and setups and strategies, same deal. We'll post those as the time moves on and as good trade setups present themselves, and I remember to do so. But that's really what I'm making that masterclass for. That masterclass is just going to be covering everything for you guys. A lot cleaner. I know, I saw the thread. It's funny, I saw somebody made a thread. I thought somebody made a thread in the announcement tab. Yo, XO. Mario.
How are you?
What's going on, guys? Doing good, man. How are you?
All good, not so bad. Just entered the market.
Yeah? Oh, you're just getting on now?
Yeah, generally I get on at this time.
Oh, okay. What are you looking at? You seeing anything good? Let's see. Oh, gold's
No,
ugly.
I'm not. I'm just rolling around. So I'm seeing like the same thing. Like I only do like S&P. So yes is my only thing right now.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, real choppy priced action right now. Not really seeing much follow through. We just had a big seller come in and price reversed. So if we do start to hold here, could be a possible short scalp. I'm sorry, a long scalp position on the S&P if we could get back to its 75.74, and stop loss would be around that 75.70.
Yeah, good, good. Let's see.
Good stuff. We'll see. We'll see. I like that seller absorb price trying to move higher. And here we have those clusters again between 75.75 and 75.80. Last time we had a cluster, what did we do? We pushed through it, then we held it as support. So try to get in beforehand. We push through it, we hold it as support, move your stop loss into the money, make some money on that run. Price target though on ES 75.81. So right above that area.
All right, I'm out. I had to bed. So, good night, peeps.
Take care, Mike. Have a good night.
Yo, yo. See ya.
Yo, yo. Peace.
I was looking at that screenshot of Mike. It was really a solid entry and exit. Perfect.
Which screenshot? Oh yeah, yeah. The one he
In the
sent
chat,
earlier.
in the chat.
Yeah, that was nice. He had a nice trade on that. Yeah, this was a good session. We went over different types of strategies, different forms of confirmations, having different confirmations to help build a higher probability trade setup versus just, oh, we swept a low, I'm gonna take it long. Like, nah, wait for things. Is the VIX? Maybe use the orb in your trading. Use initial balance in your trading. Whatever it is that suits you, whatever it is that you're comfortable with as a trader, that's how you should be trading, not forcing things. Yes, looks like it's ready to push through. NASDAQ also has major resistance right here at this 29,900, which it's very close to. At this point, in my opinion, I do think markets have sort of ran their course in a sense of we had two big moves. We had move off the open, 250 points on Nasdaq. Then we had a reversal to the downside, another 250 to 300 points on the Nasdaq, and then we even had another move after that, another 200 points on the Nasdaq. So what more do you guys want from the market? Markets are going to go more range bound. We're most likely not going to go anywhere anytime soon. Could even find ourselves consolidating up here for a little while. Or if I was looking for another position, I'd be looking to see if we could reject up here. You know, ES is at new highs. So we have divergence. Guys, this is called divergence. S&P made new high of day. NASDAQ did not make a new high of day. So that's bearish divergence on the NASDAQ. As long as NQ remains below 29,931, then we're still looking to hold this to the downside. If it does scale back above, then yeah, we can look for some continuation. And we'll probably see if we get above 29,930, we're probably going to see 30,000. But yo, good job today, ladies and gentlemen. I love this community. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. We're a family here at Trading Pioneers. TP coaching. TP. I love, man, I came up with Trading Pioneers because I wanted something that had the initials TP for take profit. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys like this community as much as I do. We're going to grow it out. We're going to get bigger. We're going to start doing more. We're going to start that Futures Masterclass next Saturday. That's going to be freaking amazing. That's going to be our core system right there to help get you guys on the right track. It's going to be dope, guys. I'm super excited. I hope you guys are excited too.
Yeah, about your new launch, I already talked to a couple of my friends who are interested in trading. I might give some referrals for them to join you.
Awesome, bro. That's sick. Very cool. I'm excited to have them.
Yeah, I'm not taking it personally because I think I have seen you for the last 2 years, so I already I'm a copied version of you, so that's why I'm not taking it personally.
Got you. For sure, bro. 100%, man. 100%. It'll be a nice refine. It's a nice refine, and what I'm doing too is I'm going through my old Futures Masterclass myself, and I'm seeing the Masterclass 2.0 as a much stronger structure, more in depth, and a bit more follow through. It's going to have some similarities from the first one, like going over sizing and some psychology tips and whatnot, and also trading rules, because these are all still important. But it's going to be a bit more in depth in how we do the analysis, giving you guys a full blown breakdown. And you guys already know too, if you guys don't know already, the Morning Mentor, that was the project that I originally started working on. The website is live. Login and get lifetime access is not working right now yet. I have to set those up too. But that's going to be pretty cool. But that is this platform right here. And basically, it's your morning mentor. It's your hands-on. It's me if I could be right next to you while you trade. So like when you're going over your analysis and you're saying, okay, let's look at some analysis today on NASDAQ. Well, let's see. We're going to go guided instead of classic because guided takes you step by step. We're looking at ES today, and the session I'm trading is New York Open. Okay, economic events. It's already reminding you. Check to see if we have any economic events today. Do we have anything? You write it down, CPI. You write it down, nothing. Whatever you want. There's a search tab too, so it's important that you do journal it properly, where you write CPI if it's CPI. You write over here too, where was it? Oh yeah, so look over here. So economic event, psychology check. I always tell you guys, if you're dealing with something outside of trading, you're subconsciously not going to be able to trade properly. If that's the case, guess what? You're not going to trade right. You want to know why. So, psychology check. Any stress weighing on you today, in the markets or outside of them? Yes, something's on my mind. What's affecting your headspace? You write it down. Say, I'm stressing over A, B, and C. Once you start filling this out, day in, day out, day in, day out, and you get 30, 60, 90 days of information to look back, you're able to search, okay, the word stress, and see, when you say stress, how is your trading? Wow, it looks like I always lose when I say stress. Look, here's CPI, CPI. Very cool, very helpful. No, I'm in the clear. Clear to trade. Continue. Then again, it says, okay, great. How's your bias and structure? Okay, now again, it's forcing you to zoom out and look at your charts. It's forcing you to create a consistent routine you can follow every day. Okay, well, we're higher than yesterday. We're bullish. We're making some higher highs and higher lows at the moment. Bullish level that I'm looking at. Okay, well, on the ES today, the bullish level we were looking at was 75.35 because that was the book map level. Bearish level we're looking at. Well, bearish level we had was previous day high. That is going to be 75.63. 75.63. You could put that at bearish level. You could put it in previous day high. I also made it so that everything you see, for the most part, is customizable. Like, so bullish levels, bearish levels, that's pretty standard. But if you want to add more levels to it, let's say you, let's say you do trade gamma levels. You could add GEX1. You could add VWAP level, previous day's VWAP. Add whatever you want. You could just add whatever and you add the label. You could even remove these if you want. So very cool there. I love this. I absolutely love it. Let's do 75, 75, 63. So that was our bullish level. We have our bearish level, and you could add a screenshot. You grab your screenshot over here, you hit paste, allow, and now it pasted your screenshot for you. So when you go back, you journal it again, you review your day, you have your screenshots there. It's that easy. Now you go to scenarios. Great, you did your context. You went over your bias and levels. Now you have your bias and levels you're looking for. Now you could go over your scenarios. Scenario 1. Getting there. I'm looking for longs off 75.35 if the bookmap level holds. Great, scenario 1. And again, with the screenshots, you could screenshot bookmap then and say that here's the bookmap level I'm looking at. We have screenshot spot in the scenarios tab. Up to 3 scenarios you could build. If you want to do 2, delete out the 3rd. Then, you could share your plan. So that's where, like, I was sending you guys my plan. And when you share your plan, it gives you your trade plans and it gives you your levels. So if you want to share it with a friend, you could do that too. You lock in your plan. From here, you could go to your confluence checklist. That's like we were going over before. What are you looking for in your trades? Where is the confirmation? Where is the confluence in your trade? Okay, great. I'm using the opening range breakout stat today. Okay, let's see our pre-open. Do we have a clean overnight / pre-market range established? Yup. Higher time frame bias aligning with intended breakout direction? Yup. Defined opening range 5-15 minutes. So this one you wouldn't check until we actually got the range. So it's something that's going to be sort of, like I said, it's called morning mentor for a reason. It's like if somebody was sitting right next to you, helping you say, okay, now we're going to check this. Now we're going to check that. Now you're going to look for your confirmations. And as you check the confirmations off, check out the stack score down here. The more you check off, the higher your score. Good stack, valid setup, standard risk. If you have a really high stack, high confluence, full conviction setup. Again, log your trades. Just a screenshot and the outcome. Very simple, easy to use. I love it. It's going to be really cool. I just got to get it all. I got some of the back end set up. As you guys saw, the website set up. I just got to get the whole sign in and everything working. It also has charts, so you could take a monthly look at your charts with your screenshots, and you can even click it, and that'll give you your screenshots and your trade scenarios alone. And then it also has review, and that's where you could actually look at like a full monthly and say, okay, look, this I was bearish, but I was anxious this day and I took a loss. This one I was bearish, I took 2 wins. This is my weekly overview. This is how the month turned out. It's really going to be cool. Everything's got a share button so you could save it and share it, of course. I also put like tags so you guys can give yourself a name, share it to your social medias too. It's going to be dope. Yeah, Mario, you looking forward to the masterclass? Bro, I hope so. It's going to be sick. I'm super hype. And then boom, we're done
And
with this.
is that the new version? Because mine is like the
Like
the
this.
bigger one, the fuzz version. I think mine is. I didn't get the new version.
Yeah, so you guys are still on the old version. The old version's like V1. I think this is like V3 by now. But I got it. I want to get it so it's web-based so that you could log in anywhere and have access to it.
Okay. I thought you released that one. I might missed it. Okay,
Oh,
that's fine.
no, not yet. I'm working on it. It's going to be out soon. It'll be really cool. It'll be out soon. I also added a few things to the settings. So like appearance and background. You could change the color if you want to change the color. You could change the font a little bit too. What else? Sessions. You could add tickers. If you trade a different ticker, you trade a different stocks, Forex, pair, whatever it is. And you could also allow choosing more than one instrument. So if you're looking at the ES and NQ that day, you could do that through here. Or what I also added was, I'm sure you guys saw, plans. So what plans does is it basically gives you a whole nother set. So plan 1, we did ES. Now I could do add plan, and plan 2 I could run through NASDAQ and do the same thing here. And then switch back and forth between the plans that you have set up. So this is, I don't know, I think it's really cool. I'm excited to push it out. Stats page. Obviously, there's going to be more work and more tweaks to it that I'm going to have to do, but I do want to get this out to you guys. It'll be very cool, very exciting. Fast prep. If you don't have time to run through all of them, you do fast prep. What am I trading? ES. I'm bullish. Your bullish level, your bearish level, and then a trade plan, and you could add a few trade plans as well here in your fast prep, and then you just hit save plan and continue, and it saves into your journal for you. But cool, man. Yeah, let me know some feedback, guys. If you like it, if you want to see something else on it, if you think it's not necessary, any feedback is good feedback. There's that NASDAQ 29,900 we were looking for. Think and Grow Rich. That's one of the best books, brother. One of the best books, man. That was one of the biggest drivers for me, book-wise, when I was getting started. Just about it was really that first chapter, man. I think it was determination. Oh my god, what was the first chapter? I have it in my phone. Let's see. Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich. Think. Desire. Desire. Goes over desire, faith, autosuggestion, specialized knowledge, imagination, decision, persistence. Desire and persistence were two really big ones. It was going over, like, example wise, how somebody took a trip to the city, and this book was written in, I think it was like 1920s, 1930s, real old book. So the examples they use are from people in the 1800s, early 1900s, but they're still valid examples of it saying, listen, I took the bus every day. It was an hour and a half trip just to be at that front door until I finally bumped into the right person. And it's like those little things, going out of your way, making that extra mile, that will make a huge difference in your life. That will bring you to that next step that you're trying to be at. Burning desire. Yo, you guys know it? Yo, I love that. Nice. The law of attraction pretty much ripped the book off. Yeah. Yeah, I never read the Law of Attraction, but just from the title of it and knowing the book that the Think and Grow Rich, it sounds like it's Ed. Definitely sounds like it's Ed. All right, ladies and gents, great stream today. I love doing these with you guys. Don't tell Market in the morning, but I think I like these a little more than Market in the morning, so we get our book map and we could talk a little more. But I like Market in the morning too. I love all the streams. So much fun doing it. I enjoy it myself. I enjoy trading. I enjoy teaching, and I enjoy helping you guys get to that next level. Helping people has always been it's what I love. Back when I was working like 10 years ago now. I was working at CVS, this pharmacy and management, and what I would do on holidays if I wasn't working, because I would offer to work so people could be off, I would literally go to the dollar store and buy $50 worth of blankets. I'd go to the bagel place, get all the last bagels and rolls they had, butter them up, and I would go around in areas not too local. I'd have to go a little far out, but I'd go to areas where people are in need, where I see that they're homeless, and I'd go and hand them out. That's how I feel good. I feel good helping that next person, helping people get to a better spot. Obviously, that wasn't helping them financially, but it was something that they needed. It was winter, it was cold. They needed food. They're hungry, they're cold. They needed a lot more than we do, and I loved doing that, and I still love doing that. All right, ladies and gents, have a great rest of your day. I will see you all tomorrow. Same time, same place. Tomorrow is Friday. Let's go, baby. What a great week. I hope you guys had a great trading week as well. Book club. Book club start, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That's a cool idea. That's a cool idea. And yeah, you guys can create threads. That's so weird, man. We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll make a section where, yeah, we could just keep that thread there. Thanks, Kev. Check you tomorrow. Check you tomorrow, Sean. Sean, have a great day. Miri, take care. Mario, take care. EXO, have a great day. Brandon, have a good one. Victoria, you can't even hear me. Your headset's turned off. Doc, have a great day. Andrea, take care and be well, everybody. Where's the review thing? Thanks, you too, for sure. Which review? Under training educate. Oh, under trading educations. Oh, you want like a review page? So we have wins and losses. You want like a trade review tab? Oh, testimonials is going to go under wins and losses. Should I just change the name from wins and losses to testimonials? Probably.